Christmas. Well, I guess we're back here then. Hello, my name is Marcus and welcome to Tabletop Reviews. Well, today I'm once again having a look at Ticket to Ride. This time it is these small box games. I have USA 1910 right here, and in the Europe box I have Europe 1912. It's 1912, yes. Just some small box expansion-esque things. I'll just real quick give an overview of what they bring and how to set and move the games. And Europe is already ready here, so let's start with that. The game has just been quickly set up here as normal. So the first gameplay one is you take the roots with 1912 on them. You can see it up here. You mix them in with the regular roots and then play the game as normal. So that's not interesting. The real interesting one is you grab every single one, because you have more roots over here. So you add those in as well. Oh, there's a lot in here, and you take all of the extra long roots and you add them together over here. Mix all of them up, and then, you know, play the game sort of as normal. 2 piles here, 2 from this one, 4 from this, no, 3 from this one. You have to keep 3 in total. Yeah. And then you have the final one with the roots, which is big cities. I grab the big city cards here. They're marked with a logo down here. Bam. Mix them up and then you distribute. I think it's like 4. No, it's 5. And you need to keep at least 2. And you have the... where the hell did I put that? Oh, lovely. Only me with the throw away. Such an important card. Oh, it's right here. You have the big cities. You're going to kind of put them here to show what the cities are. And use that as like a marker to see who gets the most. And then add 10 points to the one who got the most, which is more interesting if you play them all together. So you have the big cities pile, regular roots pile, and then you have the long ones. You kind of play that you draw 2 from each, and you have to keep 3. You can mix and match these, you know, 2 here and then 1 of the. You have to keep 1 of these. This one is your own decision. You can keep both these, 1 of each, and then you kind of mix everything. You can also say that you need to have 4 roots, keep 1 of these, and then mix these up to like 3 to create sort of an all-in experience, which is a lot more fun. Now the big addition to this one is storage house. So if we just move these out of the way, that went very nicely. God damn it! Move these out of the way. And these ones out of the way. Pew. There we go. Let's see. And then we have the example down here. Each player gets 1 of these in their color. Bam. And they also get 5 of these in their color. That's the 5th one. It was there. 5 yellow ones and 5 red ones here. And what you will do with these is you will first grab the first one, and that is the last player. So if red is starting, yellow will place first and go, I want this one placed on here, and then red can go, I will place mine here. You can see that in the shot. Good. And basically, every time you draw up more train cards, you will first draw from the top of the deck and place it there, and then you can draw to your hand. Then if you, throughout the game, place down, for example, if I were to place here, let's say, place throughout here, bam, I can discard 1 of my here, my extra storage house. I can discard that back into the box to grab all the cards that are on here. Let's say that, like, there is 4 on here, right? Just say that. I would then grab all those to my hand. What cards are here are secret, but you're always allowed to. You can always go and count 4. There are 4 cards, so you know how many cards there are. As a free extra action, every single turn you can grab one of your storage depots and place them somewhere on the board. But at the end of the game, every single one you have left is 10 points. So right now it's 20 and 40 extra points. But of course you can get these ones. It's a very interesting addition here. So, but that's it. You play the game as normal. These are just additional rules. Well, that's all the Europe 1912. Let's just change around to Ticket to Ride USA 1910. And once again we have this game set up quickly for 2 players. So there are 3 ways of playing. The first one is the 1910. So you have a whole bunch of games cards here where it's 1910 at the top. Also these ones. This game is just you playing with only those 2 cards. Mix them up, play the game as normally. Then you have the big ass game where you take additional cards, put them in. And these ones from the Mystery Train expansion, which are in here. And bam, and now you have 69 root cards to play with. That's what you're going to play with. Or there is the Big Cities expansion. Now I of course have to take these apart once again. So this is where you only play with these ones. You have the Big Cities logo right there, and you have one singular one from Mystery Train. Place them in here, and now you only play with these ones. Play the games normally. So yeah, play the games normally with these cards only, the Big Cities cards, and you use the Globetrotter. For the first one, you use the regular Trans-American Express. For the mega game, you use both, and for this one, you use Globetrotter, which is bonus point for these ones. And bam, and that's how you play USA 1910. There is no additional to it. There we go with Europe and USA 1910 set up. Let's quickly talk about it. So gameplay wise, what do they bring? Well, this is Europe's 1912 rulebook. I will use this one to kind of view that I'm talking about Europe. But Europe adds, of course, storage depots and storage houses onto the board. You can mix it with any Ticket to Ride, which I think is wonderful. And that is the main thing that I like from these ones, is that storage. Like, other than that, they bring new route cards, big city cards, and that's it. New route cards and big city cards, and basically the expansion talks, you know, of course, about mixing or whatever. I always, in Europe box, I have all the cards all the time, and we just mix them up. One thing I want to do more, I should say, is bring the deck of big cities as an individual deck next to the regular ones, and then you get, you know, 2 of each, and then 2 long routes. Now you have 6 to choose from. You have to choose 3, and you have to keep a long route, and then you can keep from the 4 other ones, just to make it more interesting, and bring in the bonus card of, you know, having the most big cities or whatever. Yeah, hitting the most big cities on your routes and stuff. Because I like to have more bonus points. Like 1910 as well brings in the most routes completed instead of the longest. We always place with both of them. 2 ways to score bonus points to just mix that up, right? Staying on 1912. It has Europe Plus, we just bring in the new routes. Then you have Mega Europe, but you're bringing all of them, and the big city of Europe. We always just play with all of them. As I say, I want to bring out big cities more, because I like the idea that you have a different way of scoring here. I haven't done that usually. It's just the big cities and the regular route cards mixed up together, distributed like normal, you know, 3 of those, and then all of the large routes and 2 to each. You have to keep 3, 2 regular, 1 large. That's the rules that we're going with. But I want to bring out the big cities more often, because I really do actually find that an interesting addition to the game. But of course, in terms of 1912, the storage depots is the very interesting one. Having these things, of course, they score extra points if you don't use them, but if you use them, you can get so much. There's a very interesting way in there. One thing we did wrong first time we played is they were open, so you could see that, oh, there's 2 yellows, a red, and 3 blacks. But they're actually secret. You only know how many there are. You don't know what they are. which is an important thing to play with because it changes it a lot. 1910 now, what does that bring? Well, it brings big cities as well. One thing it brings is, of course, nice large cards. That is an absolute bonus. I do believe actually that it replaces all the smaller cards in there, root cards at least. I need to check up on that. I actually haven't, but I believe it does. And then it of course adds big cities and more big roots, just like 1912, except a little bit different here in 1910. But again, it has, you know, 3 ones, and the one is you bring only the 1910 root cards in, and then that's what you play with. The other one is the mega one. You mix everything in together and use all of them at the same time, and then you have the big cities game, just like the other one. Again, I need to check up on whether these big ones are a complete one-to-one replacement of the small ones in there, and then I'm just gonna place them. Definitely, but if they're not, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I do want to have this one somehow in that box. I have it over there on the shelf. I do want it in that box somehow, like I have this one. I just don't know how I'm gonna do that. But again, the big cities one is very interesting, and again, I would play them with 2 piles that you draw from when you have to choose a card for the chance of getting those big cities, and playing with both bonuses. There's no reason not to play with both bonuses. It's brilliant. You could even bring the bonus of USA 1910 into Take Dry Europe and have 3 bonuses, and then grab the big cities bonus. Of course, this one is of Europe, but remembering that and bringing that into Take Dry and have 3 bonuses, which would be amazing, I think. So that's where it is. But basically, they're just, yeah. Basically, the storage depots is the only thing that's really worth it, and then big cities is kind of fun. The 2 other ones are just more roots. So as if you've played it a lot and you can kind of guess the roots, add this one so you can't guess the roots anymore. Yeah. Component-wise, these are just cards. Well, not actually. This one, of course, Europe, contains the storage houses and the bigger cards. And storage houses are just, you know, like the point markers. They're wooden and they're lovely little, they're distinct. You know what they are. Lovely little things. Otherwise, the cards in both of them are Take Dry cards. They are the quality you want from these kinds of games. Brilliant. Artwork. The artwork of this is fairly simple, because it's just the root cards. The only thing is, of course, these storage houses from 1912, which actually look pretty nice. I do think they look nice. They have the color and they are identical. One thing is they don't look like this because the storage house you place are round. These ones are square. So there's a bit of disconnect there. I would have loved to see this one being rounded on the artwork. Would it make sense? Maybe not, but it would be consistent. So there's a little bit of a lackluster there, but otherwise artwork, brilliant. Theme is... I'm tired of talking about theme on Take Dry games. There is no theme. Does it lie to you? I can't really do that on these ones. I mean, they fit to the games. You can see my review for what I think of the Does It Lie to You on these games. So my final score. What are my final scores? Well, this is an expansion, of course. I'm going to rate it on like as an expansion, which I haven't fully delved into on the other ones. But basically, expansions, I touch on how much do I need them towards the game. So 5 is meh, fine. You could add them. There's nothing that talks against them. There's not really a lot that talks for them. And then going in any direction is, you know, more positive if you're going up, more negative if you go down. 1910 it's a 6. It's a 6 out of 10. I could see why I would want this one. Definitely because of the larger cards, the different routes, and the big cities, which is a lovely little addition. So it's a 6 out of 10. I can see why you would want this one. Definitely. To me, 1912. It adds more routes, which are good. I like the big cities, but the storage depots is what does it for me. That addition is so amazing. I really love it. We play it often. Whenever I can, we play with it. It is definitely something that to me is essential to Take the Ride. And especially in Europe, they're used in the Europe box. So 1912 gets a 10 out of 10 for me because of those storage depots. Well, I suppose the storage depots gets it to a 9, and that final raising is because of big cities. I would say that. That's where it lands. It's a 10 out of 10 for me for 1912. an absolutely brilliant edition with the story steppers, and Big Cities is just lovely to have in that package as well. So that is Ticket to Ride, USA 1910 and Europe 1912. The big question is, of course, am I keeping it? Of course I am. Europe is just in the box now, it's here permanently. 1910, as I said, I want to get it in the box, but one thing is it's larger cards, and I just love it. And that is why I'm definitely keeping it. But yeah, a little bit lower rating for 1910 doesn't add a lot. But it does, again, add Big Cities, and that is one extra rating, so 6 out of 10. So those are these ones. I hope I haven't spent too much time. I'm not fully known, but thank you very much for watching another episode of Tabletop Reviews. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!